All right, what's up, everybody? It is April 19th, 2018. Hopefully, everyone is doing well today. It's another great day in the market here. So let's just jump straight to it. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. So first, I wanted to go over a little bit of the news today. We're seeing a lot of fantastic stuff going on right now. We're seeing the death of PayPal potentially. What do you mean, Sneh? Why the death of PayPal? Well, there's a lot of speculative and conspicuous things going on with PayPal right now, and it's obviously definitely a very interesting topic to discuss right now. All right, hold on, guys. Something's being glitchy here right now. Are we live? Are we live? 1 second, let me check the stream real quick. I think we are live. So, all right. So hopefully everyone can hear me right now, but if not, no worries. But anyways, let's go back to it. Bitcoin is acting, as it should. I think we will hit 10K in May. So long story short, if you're looking at the titles, is Bitcoin going to go up to 10K in May? So I do believe it is going to happen. And PayPal obviously announcing that they're going to start banning unverified accounts. So a little bit more KYC onto Bitcoin right now, or onto PayPal right now. So pretty interesting stuff going on. And I actually wanted to go right to it. So PayPal cracks down on unverified users. So cryptocurrency is, this is the limelight. This is a perfect opportunity for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to really shine. And hello. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. I'm seeing a lot of comments now. It was weird because it said 0 people watching for 1 minute, and that usually doesn't happen, but I guess that's okay. I guess I'm not very popular today. But anyways, yeah. So PayPal obviously cracking down on unverified users. Kraken, I want to keep ad blocker on. Okay. Kraken cryptocurrency exchange says it will not comply with the New York Attorney General, which is huge, right? That means, these exchanges, even though they're compliant, quote unquote, compliant with United States laws, they still won't answer inquiries from specific state attorneys and individual financial attorneys here in the United States, which I think is good. I don't think, you should be able to subpoena any of these exchanges, as long as they're not doing anything, quote unquote, illegal. I think it should be fine. I think money specifically on the exchanges is up to the exchanges to do what they want to do with it. Because if you sign any sort of terms and services of agreements and privacy policy specifically on any of these exchanges, you'll clearly see highlighted that, they're not, that's their funds at that point. They own their private keys, right? They own your private keys. So therefore, since they're able to generate transactions on your behalf, therefore, it's not really under your possession. And yeah, it's just a really interesting thing what's going on. That's why you see so many of these cryptocurrency exchanges actually moving over to Malta. And of course, second one is Verge and Ripple. Winners is Binance plans to add USD to its trading pairs. So not USDT, but straight up United States dollars in order to buy Ripple and Verge. So this is really exciting. But that being said, let's go back to cryptosomniac.com. Very exciting things going on right now in the markets. So look at that RSI across the board. Now, what is RSI? RSI is relative strength indicator. So it's the average gain over the average loss over the number of periods. It's a very long calculation. Actually, let's look it up because it's not an easy calculation. So RSI calculation, let's look that up real quick. Okay. So this is the full calculation, number of periods, smooth RS, first RS, and then there's a whole formula behind that. This is called relative strength index. So the daily is over the 14-day period. So let's actually go look at that real quick. Oh, sorry. Where are we? There we are. Sorry. So CryptoSonic.com, we just implemented this feature. It's an RSI for all these. Look how high those RSIs are. That's incredible. 71, 81, 81, 80. That's crazy. That's crazy. Binance coin at 51. Wow. Going very stable today. I think it's valued exactly where it's supposed to be. And everything here is saying it's kind of overvalued. You know, where not overvalued, but overbought. So there's a huge influx of buy volume coming into the market, therefore pushing the RSI well above its normal threshold of, you know, around the 50 area. And so this is all indicating everything is very, very overbought. We're seeing as high as 93 on the Populous, and we saw Populous yesterday and the day before yesterday go up to around 50, right? So it's incredible. It's really, really is incredible just to see how quickly the market can really bounce back. All right, so let's go straight into the charts here. So trading view, let's go open trading view real quick. BTC USD, and it's everyone's buying right now. That's what the technical analysis summary is right now. A lot of buyers coming through. And let me load my chart layout, and it is Sneh preset, do not delete. So let us not delete this preset. So here, let's go on the daily really quick. Like, look at that. That's so beautiful. Look at that. That's the 200-day moving average, guys. That's you know, we're well below that, and we may be hitting it very soon. Right now, the 200-day moving average is around 10,000, and you know, I think it's going to steadily increase, and hopefully we'll hit that 200-day moving average. I mean, we haven't even been close. We haven't even been close to hitting the 200-day average historically for almost ever. Like, look at that. We didn't even cross it once, and then all of a sudden, you know, we had that huge market dip from 20,000 all the way down. That's how you really knew that was a huge cross right below it, and then we gained a little bit of volume, and then we're right back down below it. We did break through that negative channel, that downward sloping channel, so that's pretty good. So look at that RSI, still really high on Coinbase. So the RSI that CryptoSonic.com uses is actually CoinMarketCap's RSI, as you can see here. And CoinMarketCap's RSI, or CoinMarketCap, is an aggregate of all the available exchanges that are out there. So this is a more wholesome or more holistic RSI that you could use in your technical analysis. And that being said, we are, let's actually jump back into the chart here. So we are amazingly at 8,300, seemingly like out of nowhere, right? But you know, throughout the day we've been steadily increasing, and I'm actually going to draw a slope here. Let's draw a slope here, extended. I mean, that lines up so perfectly. Look at that, guys. That lines up so perfectly. You could even tighten this up a little bit. So, you know, could this be a potential bull crack and kind of a bull cycle here going forward? Absolutely. Let's actually go into the 1 hour. So the 1 hour shows you that extreme short-term view. So we are looking like we're losing a little bit of speed here, but you know, I still think we could continue to rally on. 1 hour isn't the greatest interval that I like to use. I like to use the 4 hour for that medium-term view here, and on the 4 hour, we just crossed through that MACD, and it's looking very, very bullish. RSI cycle can completely still continue to happen, and we have that RSI at 70. So right now it is at 65 here on Coinbase, and it's steadily increasing. It's showing a lot of strength, but again, it is showing very, very oversold. Is it too late to get in? I don't think it's too late to get in per se. I still think that we may hover around that $8,000 mark for a little bit longer, but that's okay. Oh, I have a comment on Twitter. Yeah, all right. You know, let me actually distract you guys for a second, because I want to show you something. Oh, okay. Where is this? All right, let me sit up straight. Philadelphia 76ers. This is the year of Philly. You know, I'm from Philadelphia, and we won tonight. Nova won tonight. Oh my God, that's the ceiling. Okay, my bad. Nova won tonight, and Nova won the series. Eagles, good Lord, I don't even know what sport I'm talking about now anymore. Villanova won the NCAA men's basketball championship. The Eagles won the Super Bowl. Or the Sixers. You know, the Sixers in the finals right now, and they're 2-1 up on the Heat, so a very good time for me. I just wanted to share that, and it keeps tilting up. That's super interesting. Okay, hopefully that's better, and let me shrink down. Sorry to distract you guys. Just wanted to show a little city pride here, specifically being from Philly. So shout out to all the Philadelphians that do watch this. And I know there's a few Philadelphians that are regular watchers on the channel, so pretty fantastic stuff. You know crypto, but don't know basketball. You know, maybe I don't know either. Or maybe I know both. It's, you know, the jury's out on that one. But anyways, let's go look at the daily, right? The daily is that longer term view that we'd like to see. What's going on in the daily? So the daily is showing that our MACD is still above water. Histogram looking good. Look at that RSI, still not that oversold, only sitting around 59, not too bad. Stochastic RSI looking really, really healthy as well. Absolutely fantastic stuff coming out of here with Bitcoin. So we're losing a little bit of steam here, but that's not to be surprised. And I actually wanted to look at the 3-day as well. If you look at the 3-day, we finally crossed the MACD on the 16th, guys. The 16th we finally crossed. Okay, we had a bull trap here, and this is a clear bull trap because look, it crossed for 1 second and then it dropped right back below. So this is saying, oh, we're finally back to the bullish cycle. We got as high as 11 to 12,000, all the way down from 6,000. So it is, you know, looking like we could finally be breaking out. That MACD on the 3-day, this is a very long-term view. So you're actually seeing that we may be hitting a bull cycle finally. Finally, we may be hitting a bull cycle. You know, we had this downward slope kind of, you know, and it's looking like we may teeter right above the 10,000 mark right at the end of April, early May. That's my prediction so far. I think that this looks very, very healthy. I didn't think this volume would really persist like this, but the volume is kind of persisting, you know, and we're continuing to see that bullish action that we'd like to see. You know, the momentum indicator looks good. We're still actually, technically, we are still in a buy volume cycle, so this is pretty good. All right. Long time no see. Bulls are in. Consensus coming. Absolutely. I've stated this so many times that before consensus, historically, before consensus, what is consensus? Consensus is the big conference. I'm not talking about Bitcoin consensus. I'm not talking about 51%. It's a consensus with a Y, is a conference out in New York City. It's the biggest crypto conference. So, you know, and it always runs. Everything always runs right before consensus. Last year we saw the same thing. The year before that we saw the same thing. The year before that we saw the same thing. So very, very exciting stuff coming forward with cryptocurrencies in general. So let's go over to the Ethereum marketplace. And I am reading all your guys' comments. So if you want to drop me a question, I'm happy to answer it. What do you think of Mancoin? What do I think of Mancoin? Let's see. I don't really think that much of Mancoin. Mostly because I have not really. Sorry guys. Yeah, I have not really. That's weird. I'm getting a reverb here. Sorry guys. Yeah, I'm not really getting a. I just lost my train of thought. Anyways, Ethereum consensus, huge deal. Make sure you guys watch it. You know, make sure you guys watch the market. Make sure you guys are understanding that these altcoins are going to start pumping very, very quickly. Okay, Mancoin, I don't know what it is. Okay, Manhandler, I don't know what that means either. Can you look at Nano? So I love Nano, and I will take a look at that after I look at Ethereum here. Stream's a little bit all over the place, just getting some bugs worked out. So the gigabit internet keeps cutting out sometimes. You know, even though I'm getting a gigabyte per second, it keeps cutting out sometimes. So we're having a technician come in. You know, the grass is not always greener on the other end. So yeah. Ethereum, wow, look at that. I'm on the 3-day right now for Ethereum. And what are we seeing for the 3-day on Ethereum? We had a cross on the 3-day, and then a top cross in late January, early February, and we started declining. And without a doubt, this is a fantastic time to get in. If you were looking for a confirmation, this is the confirmation to get in. If you were a more speculative, more reserved investor, again, I'm not your financial advisor, but I'm saying this is what I would do if I was more reserved. I'm a little bit more wild, but that's okay. You know, you don't have to be as wild as me. You know, I've been in these markets for a long time, but if you were to be a reserved investor, this is a very strong indicator that we may be becoming onto a bull cycle. This is very, very exciting. I have injected most of my fiat that I had allocated back into the market, basically today. All my buy orders hit. So I said, hey, if it gets above this, you know, anytime, I update my buy orders on BTC, Ethereum almost daily. On the altcoins, I even tend not even to use buy orders because, you know, I just can't monitor them as frequently as I can Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right. So we have a question here on Twitter. Why do you think it's going to go over 10,000 in May? So why do I think it's going to go over 10,000 in May? First of all, regulations are coming and they are looking very positive for Bitcoin. Cryptocurrencies in general, I think the world is finally understanding that governments and companies and fiat currency cannot be trusted. Not only that, but regulations are getting easier. Blockchain technology is becoming more accepted. More major companies are investing into blockchain technologies, into their own platform. So I think it's going to be very, very, very awesome. A great time to get in now. And I think that, you know, 10K is going to be, I think we're going to fly past 9K to 10K very, very quickly. We're going to see a resistance on 10K. And then once we see that little resistance on 10K, we are going to start accumulating more sell volume and then even more buy orders. You know, that's when the institutions, you know, the real heavy money starts coming in when they start seeing, you know, those resistance levels and 9K kind of being blowing past. So we'll see an influx in volume. So I definitely think that, you know, if ever, this is a good time to get in, right? You know, I'm looking at Bitcoin and I'm looking at Ethereum. I don't even consider Ethereum an altcoin anymore. I think it's a staple or a integral part of the cryptocurrency community. Considering, you know, there's over 4,000 ICOs on Ethereum. So I think that it's here to stay. And I don't think it's going anywhere. All right. So let's ask some more. Let's ask some more questions here. Let's answer some more questions. So we had a question on Nano, and I'm just looking down over here on Twitter. I guess I lost my stand. The cleaning lady came and the stand has disappeared. So I don't know where the stand went. Actually, that's kind of concerning, you know, because I'm not very observant about these things, and the stand is completely missing. Huh. All right. Cool. Let's go over to Nano. Nano Bitcoin over on Binance. So let's go look at the daily. I said buy around 0.0007 and we never quite hit that. So my buy order never hit. That's okay because I still held on to Bitcoin, you know, but I thought that it was a little bit overvalued, and I'm getting confused here because Nano, it looks like it's primed to keep going up, because considering we had a huge red momentum on the momentum indicator here, lazy bear squeeze momentum indicator here, huge sell-off, right? Where almost anytime after, you know, around February, we saw an immediate sell-off. So maybe it's looking like a decent time to get in, but I'd like to look at the 4-hour. Wow, that looks interesting. You know, this is exactly what my concern was, that this is really, really shaky volume. Not only shaky volume, but we're continually seeing dips in RSI at a very fast rate, right? Where we're just seeing dips, increased dips, increased dips. You could see that pattern also forming over on the stochastic RSI, but we're still at the green momentum candle. But for me, I'm still not buying Nano. I still think it's a little bit overvalued until we actually see a lot of things coming forward. All right, let's go look at Cardano. So we have some questions on to Cardano, and we have some more questions here over on Twitter. So Twitter is saying 10K Bitcoin. Yes, so I think that we're going to hit 10K Bitcoin by the end of April, early May. I think that you know, even maybe even sooner. I think maybe in 4 to 5 days, when things start to really set in on the markets, and we finally have those Q1 earning reports coming out. I think more people are going to start entering the market during Q2 and Q3, and it'll die down from Q4 to Q1, just like it always does. I think that we may see a huge influx. Maybe we'll see that even $1 trillion mark by August. You know, that's what the whole hope is right now. All right, so let's go look at Cardano. All right, so we came off on a bull cycle here, very nice bull cycle. You know, and then we had a small little dip, but Cardano has been performing amazingly. I told you guys this a couple streams ago. My dad actually was like, "Hey, I'm buying Cardano at 14 cents." You know, I'm like, "What? Dad, you're gonna buy a card?" Like, this is the same man I have to teach how to, like, open his iPhone, you know, and like use simple functionality on the iPhone. You know, one time he asked me, you know, how to, like, he had Windows 8 and he asked me how to shut down the computer, you know, and now my dad is now telling me to buy Cardano at 14 cents. So it is one hell of a ride, this cryptocurrency game, isn't it? I think everyone's starting to get more and more aware. But that being said, on Cardano, I think that we're seeing a lot of resistance coming through here. You know, could we continue to rally? I absolutely believe we will continue to rally on Cardano. I still think that it is a little bit overvalued right now. But that being said, you know, it's a little too shaky to really call. And you know, if anyone says, hey, you know, if anyone can give you a better analysis, so be it. But for me, it's not a bullish enough signal for me to consider buying right now. I mean, just let's look at this trend line here. You tighten that up a little bit. Let me actually tighten that up like to there. Okay, so we're seeing this little trend line here. So what I would do is I would really monitor to see if it could break down from that, because if it does break down from that, I feel like that would be a better buying point, because right now, even though it looks bullish, I still am not too confident to get back into Cardano. You know, I got in Cardano much earlier, actually, at least like a few days ago. I think it was about a week and a half ago, actually. I bought back in to more Cardano, and it's been treating me and performing really well. So absolutely fantastic stuff on Cardano. Thoughts on Snovio? I think Snovio is a good platform, but you know, lead generation is a difficult market. So, you know, I just don't like the market that it's in. It's a good coin, good company, but I just think the market is still a little too risque for me, you know. All right, what would you buy with fiat right now? That's a very good question. So I'm going to go over to cryptosonic.com. I'm going to give it a refresh here. So look at that. Almost nothing is negative. Verge is at 55 on the daily RSI, which looks concerning. But again, I'm not buying Verge anymore. You guys already know my opinion on Verge. I still have several 100,000 Verge that I'm looking to dump off. But just for it's, I call it. I heard somewhere. What is it called? An idiot fund. You know, if I am an idiot, you know, just in case I am an idiot and Verge is actually a good cryptocurrency, I'm going to hold on to a very tiny bit of it, right? So I sold off about 90% of it. I'm holding on to around 10%, and hopefully, hopefully Verge keeps going up. I mean, I still own several 100,000 of it, so it's not too bad, if it does go up. But just in case I am an idiot, I'll still have a little bit in my portfolio. But I do have a stop loss on Verge for everything. If it gets too low, I'm just going to completely dump it, because I'm not a big believer on Verge. I'm not a big believer on the team. The main developer, the lead developer on Verge, has been arrested 7 times. And you're just like, yeah, is Verge really $1 billion coin? Would any venture capitalist invest in somebody that has been arrested 7 times? I understand. Maybe you get arrested once or twice, but 7 times, just keep making the same mistakes 7 times over. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, that's just ridiculous. But anyways, so yeah, I don't think Verge is that good to buy right now. I'm still a huge believer on Kin, and it's super dirt cheap right now. I think Kin is, it's supposed to be really, really dirt cheap. I mean, it's almost at 1 trillion tokens, right? So it's not a low token valuation, so it's supposed to be very, very low. So if you're thinking about 0.00002, that's really cheap. Now you have to think that there's 1 trillion coins, even though it is a top 100 coin, barely. I still think it could perform a lot better than this. All right, Squiggle Boom Fund. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Squiggle Booms going on right here. An ascending triangle, right? What we call Squiggle Boom here. But if I was to buy anything into fiat right now, I was actually taking a look at Litecoin, but I've injected a lot back into Cardano earlier. Everything is really, really run up right now. I mean, just look at that RSI, guys. Smart Cash is at 98. That's incredible. Smart Cash, even though it's down 8%, on the daily, it is up. It's at 98, right? RSI is 98. That's incredibly high. Even Pundy X is 95, but Pundy X came out of nowhere. It was very, very, very new coin. We talked about it briefly earlier on in the month, and it's finally hitting exchanges, and we're just seeing an explosive growth here onto Pundy X. So obviously that RSI is going to be very, very incredible, right? So we have some more questions here. EOS TA. Yeah, let's go take a look at the EOS. First of all, if everyone hasn't registered their EOS, you have to register your EOS. Sneh, what's registering your EOS? What does that have to do with anything? Well, EOS is only, the EOS token as of today is only a placeholder, right? The EOS token right now is on Ethereum. So if I was to send you EOS right now, it's on Ethereum right now. And what they're doing is they're token swapping one Ethereum to for one EOS token. One EOS token, the Ethereum-based EOS token, to an EOS token on their own blockchain. This is the EOS that is going to be incredibly fast. I'm talking about sub-second block times, guys. Sub-second block times. Bitcoin's block time is 10 minutes. EOS's block time is under a second. So this technology is continuing to improve. We're achieving consensus not by straight brute force like Bitcoin is with all of its GPU and not even GPU, CPU mining. What we're seeing now is better technology coming out. We're seeing that delegated proof of stake technology coming out, and I think EOS excuse me, and Cardano are going to be huge players in that game. So let's go take a look at EOS. And this is live, guys, so let me know if you have any questions. We have some questions over on Facebook. I'll address them very shortly. So we have 40,000 members in the Facebook group. Absolutely fantastic stuff. And we have lots of members in just the Facebook page, where a lot of people are watching now as well. So we're kind of spread out. We usually have we have a lot of subscribers everywhere. Facebook, we're actually more popular over on Facebook than YouTube, but we love our YouTube community just the same. Even though Facebook spies on us, we love our YouTube community. All right. So we are seeing DGD and what's happening with DGD. So DGD is Digix DAO, and Digix DAO is a gold-backed token. Now remember, when Bitcoin increases tenfold, Digix DAO is going to lag behind because Digix DAO is a hedge against Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin's suffering, Digix DAO does well. When Bitcoin does well, there's no reason to stay into Digix DAO. Unless there's like some major developments going on. But honestly, I don't think there is some major developments going on. I mean, it's nothing much right now. So let's draw some trend lines here. Oh wow, that looks so beautiful. This looks so beautiful. Hold on, let's draw some more. You know, and this is how I really analyze things, and just to show you guys, where is this thing? I think it should be in here. Aha, trend angle. So let's draw a trend angle now. Let's draw another one. Another one. Where did it make contact with that line? Look at that. Hold on, let me push this up a little bit so you guys know what I'm really talking about. So I'm going to draw this here. Like, look at that, guys. This is just textbook stuff. I mean, look, all right. So we have 18, 19. So I'm going to say it around 20, right? So we had a small little angle here coming down. So what am I seeing right now on the EOS? I'm not pulling out of EOS anytime soon, even though it is coming off of a bull cycle. Look at that on the 4 hour. It is coming off of a bull cycle, but this is the 4 hour. And now if you look at the daily, we are as well coming off on the bull cycle. But guys, look at that. There's so much uncertainty with EOS. We're seeing this bright green, which means buy volume increasing, and we're seeing that dark green, which is the sell volume increasing. And so when we're seeing that with the momentum, you know, and there's so much indecision going forward here, EOS, I'm just so concerned about selling my EOS right now. I don't even have a stop loss set on this thing because, you know, I probably should, but it fluctuates so much that I'm you know, and it's a consistent fluctuation. You know, we're seeing this drop happen time and time again. We could continue to see this 20% drop. You know, maybe it'll bounce off this trend line one more time before really taking off again. Or it can continue to rally. The clear-cut answer, the clear-cut question here is you got to go to a smaller interval. So the smaller interval says we're continuing to rally. And let's look at an even smaller interval. Now, the even smaller interval, that 2 hour and that 1 hour, doesn't look that great, right? So maybe we're hitting a nice little top. We're going to correct down a little bit, and then we're going to bounce off that trend line one more times. Maybe that's what's going to happen, right? But for me to tell you with a certainty that that might happen, I cannot say that. But for me, I'm holding on to my EOS. I'm actually considering injecting even more back into EOS. You know, the token swap is coming, so they're going to move onto their own blockchain. And if you haven't, register your EOS. Absolutely register your EOS, and or transfer it over to Binance, and Binance will swap it for you. You know, Bittrex did that with QTUM. Remember that, guys. Remember QTUM? QTUM used to be an ERC20 token as well. So an ERC20 token is a token that was built off of Ethereum. And then when they had their own blockchain ready after the beta and alpha and then beta testing and then many different code audits, they finally launched their blockchain and they swapped that token one for one onto their own blockchain. So now they have their own consensus method, their own consensus algorithm, right? So awesome stuff coming from EOS. I'm continuing to hear amazing things about their investment fund, not so much about their team. I mean, their team, you know, there's a lot of shaky history behind them, but you know, if they could pull off this technology, I think it would be beautiful, right? We need it. I think delegated proof of stake is the future, right? But there is still validity in proof of work, but I think EOS, there's going to be a large market share shifted to EOS and Cardano, just simply based on the team and the structure, the investment funds that are backing it. It is really crazy and really great things to hear from them. But I think in the future, specifically quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, we're going to see a huge jump in EOS, right? Even though it's valued at a multi-billion-dollar company here. Let's go take a look. Give that a refresh. There it is. Okay, so 6,000. Sorry. Where is that? 7 million. 8 billion rather, sorry. 8 billion, $600 million in volume. This is really, really incredible stuff here, right? I really think that EOS is one of those longer term holds. I honestly would absolutely have some in your portfolio, as well as Cardano. So yeah. So now we have another question, NEO or EOS? So let's go take a look at NEO, and then maybe I can answer that question. So NEO cannot scale, right? Cannot scale as well as EOS, right? There's no scalability functionality for NEO right now. There would need to be a hard fork in the code. That's why a lot of NEO developers are moving on to Ontology, right? Ontology is going to be a huge game changer, a huge game changer. But for me, of course, I still hold on to my NEO. I think NEO isn't going anywhere. I think the Ethereum of China still exists. You know, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Ontology still has a long way to go before it could really even compete with NEO. So, you know, there's going to be several players that exist. I absolutely agree with that. Michael Ann says China is such a massive market, several players can coexist. Absolutely. Just like in the United States, right? It's a healthy competition, and it's a global competition. That's the beauty about cryptocurrencies in general. But we're kind of breaking out here, aren't we? Like, let's look at that 4 hour real quick. 4 hour, wow. Okay, so maybe we'll actually break down now. So the 1 hour looked like it was breaking out. The 4 hour is saying we may break down. The daily, let's look at the daily. The daily says we're still headed up, but again, the stochastic is too high for me to invest in my money. For me, it's the stochastic is too high on the daily. The RSI is a little bit too high for me. I'm not going to put more money back into NEO. I just don't think, you know, I just don't think there's going to be enough enthusiasm behind NEO to really push it as fast as the other altcoins. You know, it's all about your end goal, right? If Verge could get you double your Bitcoins, then you should go with Verge. You know, for me, at the end of the day, you know, as much as I like technology, as much as I like you know, the team behind them, as much as I like the specific use case, it's about the bottom line for me. If it's not making me any money, it just leaves my portfolio like it never existed, right? It just gets up and leaves. You know, I don't even miss it. You know, you shouldn't get too emotional about your cryptocurrencies. And have I been known to FOMO? Yes. Have I been known to, you know, kind of buy into a little bit of the hype? Yes. But that's that psychological struggle, right? I don't think anyone is immune to FOMO unless you're just a wizard, right? If you're not, half of my profits have come from things that are already rallying, right? Things that are already going in a bull cycle. You could try to time the market as well as you can, but you got to make sure your portfolio is diverse enough where you're able to handle a lot of the hits. For example, supply chain management coins all seem to rally together, right? They all seem to go up together. Platforms all seem to rally together. Privacy coins, they either go down together or they go up together, right? So all these markets are kind of correlated in a sense, right? So it's you know, just that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, you got to have a diverse portfolio. You know, there's a psychological struggle. You know, whether things are rallying, you could buy back in. You know, hopefully it continues to rally, or you could try timing the bottom, which I think is never a good idea. I think you should be invested in the market, but diversified enough where and setting your stop losses where you're not completely, you know, out of the market if there is a sudden market crash flash. And crash flashes happen all the time. For example, we saw a huge increase in Monaco. Right, Monaco obviously saying they're finally coming out with their cards. Their partnership agreement has finally been signed over in Europe. And we saw like a 30-40% jump up. But what you didn't see, or what you didn't probably notice, was things like Token Pay and 10x also rallying alongside with Monaco. And that is what I'm talking about, right? If you have a diversified portfolio, just if you miss an opportunity, you know, money starts to come out of a large run up back into coins of the similar category. So that's what I'm talking about. So now someone's saying Bitcoin is dumping. Let's go take a look at, we're live right now, guys, so you can follow along if you'd like. Let's go look at the 5-minute here. Wow, it took a large hit, but look at that. It's going to rally right back, I hope. Right, and one way you could really look at this and kind of determine if there's any validity behind this sell-off, this is what you could do. You could just go over to gdax.com. And you can look at the buy and sell walls, right? What is this? This is ETH BTC. All right, let's go to BTC USD. So what we're seeing is we're actually, even though we had that large sell-off, it's really not that much Bitcoin to get right back to where we were. And we're seeing large walls, and let's see if these will break down. These are the orders here, right? So we have a 24 Bitcoin wall. So in order to get past below that point, someone has to sell at least 24 Bitcoin in order to get down below that point. So not a very strong bear signal. So do not get trapped like that. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that randomly sold off. This looks like a one large institutional investor going in. For example, look, I could fluctuate the price. It's 274 right now, all the way to 286. So I could personally push up the price $10 on Bitcoin with just 21 Bitcoin, right? 21 Bitcoin, and I could push the price up for everyone $10. So that's what you have to understand about buy and sell walls. I think you know, buy and sell walls are very good indicators that you should absolutely use. Depth books are absolutely useful, so you should obviously look at that very closely. So remember, guys, just because there's a sell-off, you got to look at the support below it, right? The support behind how much sell pressure there actually is and how much any buy walls there are actually. And you cannot trust those sell walls, absolutely. So those sell walls are largely, for the most part, also psychological, right? So if I'm a whale, I could put up a sell wall and now people could be scared. Oh my God, I'm putting a sell wall at 9,000. What's going to happen at 9,000? Sneh, please tell me. You know, things like that, right? If I put a sell wall if I put 1,000, if I'm selling 1,000 Bitcoin at 8,400, obviously the price is going to be driven down because everyone now is a bullish bearish sentiment, right? Where as many orders as you buy in, there's going to be equal amount of sellers. So everything is getting completely filled, right? So yeah, are not a good indicator on GDAX. So actually, I have found it to be a pretty good indicator, but not this close, right? I would not look at you know, the cent mark, right? So what you could do is you could go here on aggregation, and you could push it up all the way to $10. And here you can look for better walls. For example, 8,400, there's a 200, there's a 84, at 8,400, there's a 214 Bitcoin wall, right? This is pretty significant, right? But overall, we're not seeing that sell volume in those orders that we are used to seeing with large bear markets. So these are absolutely, these sell walls are absolutely, you know, are able to be broken down, right? So that's why I'm kind of shifting my mentality to more and more bullish, right? So even though we're seeing a large little sell-off here, and this is the 5-minute indicator, so you know, don't pay too close attention to it, but we're seeing a large sell-off, but there's really not that much volume to really justify that sell-off. Of course, it's a good idea to time the bottom. Okay. Well, if you timed the bottom in 2017, guess what? You would have never entered into the market. because that bottom never came, did it? That quote unquote bottom never came, right? And that's what I'm trying to really make sure you guys understand. I mean, I've been in the market since 2011. You know, I've done very well for myself since then. But that being said, you know, it's important to get to the mentality where you're not timing the market, you're putting time in the market, right? And just like that, you know, we were at 274. Somebody did push up that right there, $10. So that 21 Bitcoin wall that we were just talking about has now completely been broken through. Like, just take a look at that. So it was at 274, and now it's already at 287. Just like that. So do not look at the 5-minute intervals too much. Again, put time in the market, guys. Make sure your portfolio is backed by technology and teams. That's, you know, actually, if you want to go, there's actually a really good report actually that we made on cryptosomniac.com. All right. Absolutely. I think if you want to enter the market, if you're entering the market in May, there's something wrong with you, because it's going to be too late. I guarantee you it's going to be over 10K. It's going to be over 10K without a doubt, right? Without a doubt in my mind. So we had a really good analysis, the weekly Bitcoin analysis. Hold on. So we give out reports in the Advantage about the weekly analysis, and I'm just going to give you guys this, a sneak peek here. So we're seeing that real squiggle boom action, right? We're seeing those lower and lower highs and higher lows. So this is really, really positive movement for me, right? BTC shorts decreasing as well. So I'm really looking forward to May. I think that we could easily hit 10,000 without too much of a struggle. So going back, you know, if you guys don't know what the Advantage is, go check it out. You know, there's full-time technical analysts in there. We're partnering with another huge YouTuber potentially, so maybe that'll come to fruition. You know, and we give out reports on all sorts of cryptocurrencies, whether it be ontology, polymath, fusion, high performance blockchain, you know. And actually, let's go over high performance blockchain, because we had a lot of questions about that. So high performance blockchain, it's not on TradingView, right? It's only on Coinigy, because TradingView only supports a certain amount of exchanges. Sneh, did you lose any Bitcoin from Mt. Gox? I did, but I already had a paper wallet and I was running a full node, so I didn't really lose that many. You know, I lost like 6 Bitcoin, but at the time it was like, how much was it? At the time it was only like $800 I lost. I know it didn't seem like that much. It seems like a lot now, like 6 to 8 Bitcoin, but you know, I didn't even file a claim or anything. I'm just like, whatever, you know. You know, I've actually lost way more Bitcoin than I hold right now. You know, I didn't know. I'm a big believer in blockchain technology, but you know, I've been mining very, very early. You know, back in 2012, I started mining. You know, and that was just on my PC, like just my shitty laptop, and I was mining, you know, cryptocurrencies pretty effectively. So, you know, but it's a ridiculous journey for me, but I didn't know it was going to get this big. I didn't know I was going to quit my full-time job. My full-time job, I was an automation engineer. I graduated in chemical engineering, got my master's in systems engineering, and then I worked for some Fortune 500 companies as an automation engineer. So what we would do is we'd come in, they would bring on a team of 6 of us, and they would lay off 80 people, because we would replace, us 6 would replace people, and then at the end of it we were just consultants, and then we would hire and train 4 people, automation engineers, to do the job of 80 people, right? So that's when I really realized that, you know, even my job, everyone's job is really in fear, unless you're a real people person. You know, everyone's job is really in fear of being automated, and you know, and that's why I really doubled down on cryptocurrencies, because you know, machine-to-machine learning and machine-to-machine transactions are a thing of the future, and I think they are an absolute future. I think it is the only common sense future. All right, so let's keep going through the markets here. And if you have any questions, let me know. don't make the price jump. Stellar and the relationship with IBM. So Robert Moon asks, excuse me, Stellar and the relationship with IBM. So what is the Stellar and the relationship with IBM? It's kind of all bullshit. So what IBM uses is Hyperledger. Now, what is Hyperledger? Hyperledger is essentially a database. So if you are a simple small business and you do not need to tokenize your assets, a database is 1,000, and you don't need a consensus algorithm where different parties need to agree. Databases are just so much more effective, more cost effective. They're effective 100% around the way, right? Stellar is a centralized cryptocurrency because they utilize similar technology to IBM's Hyperledger, which is essentially a glorified database. And if anyone tells you otherwise, tell them to call me, because I'd like to ask them, because it's just a database. It really is just a database. It's like going into Microsoft SQL or Microsoft Access, or think about it like Google Sheets, right? Where people are just crunching numbers into Google Sheets and only a couple people control it, right? Some people could request access to that Google Sheet, but just think about like the fastest typer ever being a trusted node, and people telling the fastest typist ever to really fetch data for them. That's essentially what a database is. That's essentially what Stellar is. Is that bad? Absolutely not. No, I don't think a centralized database is bad, right? I think centralized databases are fine. But when you're talking about decentralized applications and that they need third-party verification or auditing services, I think that it is very, very beneficial to have a decentralized system instead of a centralized system. So I don't think that I don't think you should think too much about IBM's relationship with Stellar, right? Where Stellar is just a tokenization of the Hyperledger in itself, right? And if you ask anyone, like, go take a look at my Trinity interview. We interviewed the CEO of Trinity. He has nothing but negative things to say about IBM's Hyperledger, and he thought it was really, really funny that people are even thinking about and considering IBM's antiquated, let me say this clearly, antiquated database, the Hyperledger, right? So, and why do I say antiquated? Because there are better things out there, and they are going to come out faster and faster and faster. Things like Zilliqa, things like Ontology, things like EOS, things like Cardano, and Hyperledger will be a thing of the past. I don't think centralized databases are the answer. I don't think anyone thinks centralized databases are the answer. So it's a curious thing to really think about. It is good to see cryptocurrency companies partnering. I'm looking on Facebook, guys. I know you guys can't see it on stream. It is good to see cryptocurrency companies really partner well with cryptocurrencies and their specific tokens. But again, I don't think Amazon should come out with a token, right? I think they should utilize blockchain technology, but it doesn't mean the tokenization of it, right? I don't agree with that. All right. So let's so this is just the advantage. So this is the dashboard and the advantage. These are all the reports that we send out. We have over 6 pages of reports. And yeah, let's go back to home. So we're the only place that we know of right now that actually has an RSI tracker, and we also have a portfolio tracker as well. So, and we have something very, very, very interesting to show you guys very soon. We have a pie chart. We are coming out with our own charting tools as well. And I'm not going to give away too much, but we have the first only head-to-head portfolio challenge fantasy crypto league coming out. We've been spending, I didn't want to give it away too early, but I've spent 3 months working on this. That's why we've been streaming less and less. It's just such a fun game to play. We're alpha testing it now, and then everyone in the Cryptosonic Advantage and Moon Lounge, you guys will be the beta testers. So you're gonna be able to compete with your friends. It's a really, really cool process. I can't wait to share it with you guys, all the real details and whatnot of it. All right. So we have some more questions here. Sneh, please look into QTump. But first, let me go into high performance blockchain. We had a lot of questions on that. I got a couple of Twitter direct follows and direct messaging from that. And if you shared Sam's video, if you shared Jason's video yesterday on Facebook, Twitter, or left a comment in it with your ERC20 address, you are going to get you are going to enter a chance to win some free cryptocurrency. And also, guys, smash those thumbs up if you do like the content. I really do appreciate everyone being here today. We've been here a long time. I know, we're not a popular stream. That's okay, because, we definitely have the most loyal fans. I'm an engineer by nature. I may not be the most entertaining personality. I'm not going to yell into the screen or like dance for you, but if you want to just talk about some good old-fashioned cryptocurrencies, about blockchain technology, welcome to the channel, guys. I know there's a lot of new people watching here today, but let's go over to high performance blockchain. So we do this all the time, guys. We do this almost every single day. Either Jason, Sam, or I, part of the Cryptosonic team. We have over 20 people in the background, developers. We're also working on our own ICO, which is going to be coming out very, very shortly. We actually have our first pitch at Crypto Invest Summit, which is a very huge summit over here in Los Angeles. So hopefully I could release some more information to you then, but until then, everything has to be a little bit more hush hush because legal stuff. So we've spent over $200,000 developing this thing. So hopefully, and that's just for the minimum viable product. That's not even all the roadmap releases that we have planned. So really, really excited to tell you about all these things. We're not just that's the cool thing about us is like we weren't personalities before cryptocurrencies, right? The cryptocurrency space molded us into personalities, right? We weren't, poker players like Doug Polk or social media marketers like Suppleman or we weren't video game streamers, we weren't any of that. We were just regular developers. Sam was in control systems engineering and I was in automation engineering. We worked a 9 to 5. We got our masters, got our degrees, engineering degrees, and then we also developed and mined cryptocurrencies on the side. And we kind of find our passion here. It's kind of hard to believe. I'm just a regular. It's not hard to believe. I'm not the most eloquent person, but it's been a long journey. And thank you guys so much for joining me here today. Yeah, like Ty Lopez, Suppleman was a social media marketer before he jumped into cryptocurrencies. What we did, Sam and I, we're developers, and we learned about blockchain from the bottom up, right? Whereas people learn about blockchain technology from Bitcoin and just like cryptocurrencies in general, we learned from the bottom up. We learned about the technology first, then cryptocurrencies second. Right, so that's why we put such a strong emphasis on cryptocurrencies. So, yeah, but let's go look at. Let me just load this Sneh chart and let's go over to HPB. HPB sounds like a venereal disease, like a sexually transmitted disease. What'd you get today, man? I got HPB. In college, that one time, I remember I got HPB. It sounds weird. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. But anyways, acronyms aside, so Snake Connect is never going to come out because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to develop the product. Well, we're trying to develop a product before it gets funded, like most companies do. We don't just have a white paper, we have a product, right? And I mostly do system architecture. So I'm personally overseeing the system architecture. I'm CTO of the company. So, just to throw it out there, and I'm personally overseeing the system architecture to see that, making sure that our tokenization structure is very good, Human I don't think it's papilio. I think it's papilloma, right? HPV is human papilloma. Good Lord. This has got to be the dumbest stream of all time. Human papilloma. How the hell do you say this? Papilloma virus. Papilloma. Oh. Human papilloma. All right. Look at us, guys. We're learning about biology. We're learning about blockchain technology. You know what's the HPV of cryptocurrencies? It's definitely Verge. You know, everyone has a little Verge. You don't really want the Verge. You know, you don't want it spreading either, but you have it anyways. You know, that's what Verge is, you know. But anyways, high performance blockchain. They have a potential partnership with Union Pay. So Union Pay is like the Visa of China, right? It's a huge multi-billion-dollar company, and they could have a potential partnership. A lot of ex-Union Pay employees that have started this company, and they're saying what they're claiming that they could do is that they have a million transactions per second. So we'll see if that happens or not. But for now, it's just very, very speculative, and we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. But just on the technical analysis side, it is, you know, it's doing pretty well, and I think this is a long-term hold. So I think you should get in a little bit, right? I think you should absolutely get in a little bit. I don't think you should over leverage yourself. I think it should be, you know, no more than 1% of your portfolio. But I think it is a good long-term position to hold into. Specifically looking at the team, you know, make sure you set your stop losses. Yes, you can set stop losses on KuCoin. So set your stop losses and get in a little bit, right? All right, I think I started something here. Others are fake. Keep it real. When moving to Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico just had another power outage. I don't think we're moving to Puerto Rico until the infrastructure is a little better. Well, at least I'm not. You know, I just, you know, my parents came to, you know, I'm Indian. My parents came from India, you know, to escape all the poverty and, you know, live a nice life. I'm not going to go back to Puerto Rico where, you know, there's no power half the day. You know, that's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to downgrade my living, like, you know, my lifestyle. As much as I love money, it's all about lifestyle. You know, let's break to that real quick, all right? As much as I love cryptocurrencies, as much as you love cryptocurrencies, as much as you like refreshing, you know, your Blockfolio or your CryptoSomniac portfolio tracker, or you like refreshing CoinMarketCap, as much as you like doing that, at the end of the day, don't lose sight of what's important. You know, make sure you're like having a good time in your life. You know, I'm not saying don't pay attention to the charts, you know, but I know if you were like me, you know, I used to be a full-time trader. I quit my job and became a full-time trader, right? And then I started this channel. Right. And so that's what we started out. And, you know, I almost used to lose sight of things, you know, because especially when you work for yourself, you work like 16 hours a day and you're like, oh my God, if I don't work, I don't make money. Right. So you're always like kind of psyching yourself out, and psychologically it really messes you up because, you know, there's some like weeks where I didn't go out once. You know, I live in Los Angeles, so I get delivery groceries. Which I'm just so spoiled with. You know, I just like hit a few buttons and I have like Captain Crunch at my door. It's awesome. Anyways, you know, I came from right outside of Philadelphia where I did not have that. You know, go Sixers, by the way. But I used to not have that. But now that I do, it's awesome. But it deters me to leave the house. I have a gym in the building as well. Like for like weeks, I didn't even turn on my car. I thought my battery was dead. So, you know, make sure you don't lose sight of things, of what's important. Hang out with your friends, you know, spend some time with your family, you know, go out and explore the city that you live in, or go out and explore some new part, you know, go to a farmer's market. Those are a lot of fun, you know, live your life, you know, make sure you're not stuck in this. That's why we kind of invented or created the CryptoSomnic advantage. Was we were spending way too much time and getting way too little information. So what we did was we wanted a nice community, right? So we developed a community. We hired a community managers. We have reports coming out every other day or every single day about different cryptocurrencies and the state of the market, so that you're able to stay up to date without losing sight of your personal life, right? So, you know, that's kind of what I did, you know, and it's my life story pretty much. But no, I'm not going back to Puerto Rico. Long story short. Hello, you had to name that crypto air swaps. Damn, yo. Okay. Can you private message me on Twitter? Damn. I know that you did win it, Johnny B. I know that you did. So hold on. Let me go to Twitter. Just private message me here. This is a crypto bot. I will definitely get to you, Johnny B. I'm so sorry. Let's get you your $100. You deserve it, buddy. All right. And thank you for participating in the Name That Crypto giveaway. Mark says, I go visit my twin boy and girl 11-month-old grandbabies. This is what I don't understand, you know. I love toddlers. You know, don't get me wrong. I love children. That sounds weird. But, you know, but when people show me their new baby, like, yo, you want to go hang out with my new baby? I'm just like, you know, I'm getting that age where everyone I know is having babies. You know, I'm like 26, 27 now. You know, and I'm getting to that age where, you know, everyone I know is having kids or getting married. You know, and I guess, you know, I guess Bitcoin is my baby. You know, all my Bitcoin, I treat it like a child. I have several ledgers. I treat it like a child, right? And anyways, you know, it's interesting, you know, because like babies, it doesn't make sense. You know, they just sit there, they squirm, they look cute. But toddlers are fun, you know, where they're starting to talk and they're like have a personality. But that's just my take on it. But yeah, congratulations, Mark, on your twin boy and girl 11-month-old grandbabies. That is very exciting. I'm sure you're gonna have your hands full as they get older and older. Congratulations. All right. All right, let's see some more questions here. I'm in Puerto Rico. It's not that bad at the beach. I chose generators, found out you only have to be in the U.S. less than 90 days a year to qualify for Act 2220. So here's my thing, right? You still, in order for you to cash out of your crypto assets and move back to the United States, it's an incredible process. You know, it's like you're not wasting, but you have to spend 3 years of your life in order to get your assets. I mean, if anyone doesn't know about crypto, Puerto Rico, there's no capital gains taxes at all. So zero capital gains taxes, zero corporate taxes for any and all cryptocurrency investments, right? So it is a ridiculous investment for me. I'm 26. I'm on my third company. I just invested and put it. I'm looking to buy some Bitcoin ATMs right now and put them in around my city. You know, this is you know, I have three businesses. I've one already that exists, cryptosomniac.com, and you know, two that are on the way. You know, and for me to lock myself up on an island for 3 years is just not worth it to me. I feel like I can make a lot more money. You know, I go to San Francisco every single week. That's why you see me every other week. I'm going to San Francisco and Sacramento area to talk to my developers and to really plan out the ICO. And for me, my time is worth more than the money that I'm saving in Puerto Rico. As long as you have an entrepreneurial mindset and you're not into like, you know, I'm just looking to cash out and retire. Because for me, Bitcoin is a gateway to expand my horizon, right? To start more businesses, to essentially earn more, to get more, to have the freedom that I really want, you know. And that's just me, and I don't think I'm there yet. But absolutely, if I do change my sentiment, I'm absolutely moving to Puerto Rico because it is the most beautiful country that you'll ever go to. You know, the infrastructure is not quite there yet to run a business, I think. This is my understanding. I visited there. You guys saw all the videos over there. It's a beautiful country. The people are amazing. The food is delicious. But the thing is, you know, I'm just not ready to give up the United States just to save on a few bucks. You know, especially at this stage in my life where I'm thinking only about work, right? I'm only thinking about starting new companies. So, yeah. All right, we have some more questions here over on Twitter. So I'm actually going to give away some free cryptocurrency, and we're going to round out the stream. It's already been an hour, so I really appreciate all you guys, you know, following me on Twitter and watching the stream. Really do appreciate it. Go check out our cryptosomnic.com. We just have the RSI indicator implemented. We have the portfolio tracker coming out. We have the application, the iOS app coming out for the portfolio tracker as well. So you're even able to look at this on the desktop or mobile. Just log in and go check it out. We actually have a nice little pie chart. Everything's very intuitive. We have the RSI indicator that just came out. I think it's one of the most critical tools that you should really use when you're looking at technical analysis. So let us give away some free cryptocurrency. All right, one for Facebook, 2 for Twitter, 3 for YouTube. YouTube it is. So if anyone left their ERC20 address on the video the earlier day of this stream, then you get a chance to win some free cryptocurrency. And if I didn't get to your question, make sure you ask in the comments below and smash that thumbs up for me, guys. I really do appreciate it. You know, just crush it. And I would really appreciate it. We're a small stream and we didn't really focus on SEO too much. You know, we just kind of organically grew. We have a lot of hardcore fans, but you know, it's always good to grow. So I really do appreciate it, guys. So let's go give away some free cryptocurrency. YouTube comment picker. And this is how I do it, completely decentralized, guys. youtube.com/cryptosomniac. And now I'm going to search for it. Unique commenters. Congratulations, Shashrika Warna. You have won some free cryptocurrency. And I do appreciate the kind words. So, whoops. Whoops. All right. So, I guess that doesn't want to open right now. Oh. And I'm going to tell our thank you department to send you some free cryptocurrency. So I really do appreciate it. So let's go over BTC one last time, and I really love you guys. Make sure you guys are having fun. You know, don't stay glued to these charts. You know, or maybe you have to, but if you're in the advantage, you shouldn't have to, because we have 2 analysts there full time. Hopefully they're providing you enough value. I know they've made so many good calls that, you know, even I've started to slack on the charts a little bit, and our analysts inside the lounge are actually killing it. They're crushing it. So thank you so much, Amal and Jordan. And so you could book a one-on-one with Amal or Jordan using the Setmore link, or even I or Sam using the Setmore link below. Or you could join the advantage and you could talk to them there. But yeah, you can check that out. So let's go back to what? That's so weird. I don't know why I have HPV. Oh, right. Yeah, I Googled HPV. I don't have herpes, guys. I was making fun of high performance blockchain. So yeah. What'll happen in May that isn't already priced in? Consensus, Q2 releases. You have no idea the amount of Q2 releases that are going to happen. GVT, OMG, Origin Trail, VeChain, Walton Chain, they all have huge Q2 releases. So absolutely, okay, absolutely go check it out. YouTube phone app comments enabled. So right now, since we are live, there are no, you can't put in a comment, but after I'm done streaming, you could throw in a comment if I missed your question and leave your ERC20 address, and you're able to win it. All right, so let's go back to Bitcoin. So let's go back to the 4 hour, and then we'll go to the hourly. So are we going to break down from this upward trending angle? Yes, we are. I think we are. So let's go look at the 2 hour. Yeah, it doesn't look that great for Bitcoin right now. I think we may see a small little correction if you wanted to sell off right now. But we are sitting at 83.4. And, you know, we are going to see some staggering issues here. I still think that we are headed up, but I think we may hit 8,000 before we make another decision. I just don't think that there's enough buy orders to really wean off any of the bears that are coming back in. So absolutely go check that out. Ethos charts, please. I actually hate Ethos. I think Ethos and Bitcoins and any of its proponents, I think they're kind of scammy. So look out for that. Anyways, guys, I really do appreciate everyone watching here today. My name here is Sneh at cryptosomniac.com. So yeah, check out the website. Follow me on Twitter if you guys would like. I tweet occasionally at CryptoBot, and we're multi-member team. So you know, it's either Jason, Sam, or I that are streaming. Usually just Jason and I right now. So I really do appreciate it, guys. Shrew Jaminder says, I love you, Sneh, and I love you too, Shrew. You know, I just picked up my suit, and I'm coming to your wedding. So I know Shrew personally, and yeah, so I really do appreciate all the watches, guys, and yeah, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter and private message me. And thanks again, guys. Peace out.